Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to keepbusy.com, your number one business lifestyle platform. And today we are out here in Sandton at the Sand Deck. And next to me, I have Tumelo Tlhapi from ABSA. And basically, as ABSA, as the bank, they've partnered up with Proudly South Africa, and they're doing an amazing campaign. But I'm not going to talk about it. He's going to explain. First and foremost, Tumelo, sir, can you just introduce yourself and tell us what you do?
Thank you, Andy. My name is Tumelo Tlhapi. I work for ABSA. I work for a division we call Enterprise Development. Enterprise Development is mostly focused on enabling businesses that are regarded as previously disadvantaged. We enable them by helping them with access to markets as well as access to finance.
Oh, wow. I'm assuming you must be getting a lot of emails because, the word funds is a term that a lot of people wanna associate themselves with. What's your day-to-day like, doing what you do?
Well, daily we deal with a lot of problems that a lot of black-owned businesses face in terms of enabling themselves to grow, enabling themselves to become profitable, and enabling themselves to sustain that profitability and their existence as entrepreneurs. And this is primarily because a lot of black-owned businesses lack exposure in terms of the real opportunities that can enable them to grow their operations in such a way that they will run their businesses sustainably. So those are the daily challenges that we deal with. We get excited every time that we are able to finance a black-owned business. We are obviously, as a bank, financing all sorts of all businesses, all types of businesses. But enterprise development is particularly aiming at those businesses that we know would traditionally have difficulty in terms of getting opportunities that could enable them to grow their businesses.
Okay, and I guess that's why you are here. ABSA is contributing with ESDs to, to the Proudly SA summit that's taking place. What does that mean exactly, with that? If you can explain to us, your involvement with the ESDs that you're doing.
With the ESDs in general, or with Proudly SA?
With Proudly SA, what you hear?
All right. So our intention with Proudly SA is to build a strategic partnership that will enable us as the bank to become, for a lack of better word, call it a financing partner for businesses that are being enabled and supported by Proudly SA. Traditionally, you would find that there would be an amazing entrepreneur out there that has come up with good innovation in terms of producing certain goods and services locally, but they would too often struggle with finding access to markets. And this is because sometimes they don't have a reputation to back them up in terms of them being able to convince large entities to say, please buy our goods and services, please allow us an opportunity to supply you with the goods and services that you are producing locally. So that tends to become an impediment, not having the good exposure, not being well known in the market, and people sometimes questioning the authenticity as well as the quality of the products that you are making. So Proudly SA is enabling a better access to markets for these businesses that are locally based, that are doing local production. And by the Buy Local Summit itself is intended to get large corporates where matchmaking opportunities will be enabled by Proudly SA for these businesses that are producing locally. Now, it may very well be a success story if a Proudly SA gets to be able to enable a matchmaking between a locally owned business that's producing some whatever fantastic goods and services that can be bought by large entities. But it will always be a problem if that business struggles to fund finance that they can use to purchase the assets that they would require in order, as well as the equipment and so on, in order for them to produce the goods and services that they need to be selling to the newly acquired clients. And that's where the relationship with us and Proudly SA becomes critical. We look at the holistic ecosystem of these sustainability objectives that we have, and then we plug where we can plug ourselves in order to see to it that these businesses that have started locally, they get to grow and they get to be enabled, they get to experience new markets and so on.
Yeah, I know. That's amazing. That's amazing stuff. It's always so interesting to me, when I meet people like you and get to hear the type of work that you do. And I think that there's a disconnect with a lot of entrepreneurs out there with the information. And the last question is, if there's anybody out there that's going to be watching this as an entrepreneur that's got a brand or that feel like they need assistance, what best way can they get in touch for assistance?
Join Premier SA. That's one of the things that I will highly recommend. And I'm saying that on the basis of the longer term objective that we have as a bank to form a strategic partnership with Premier SA, where we'll look into all possibilities that are there to enable access to funding for businesses that are all members of Premier SA, provided that they've been able to be assisted with access to markets. And we trust Premier SA's capability to actually manage that very well, because it's their space, it's their field. And they are one of the organizations that I think they've done an excellent job in terms of getting together local businesses that are proudly producing locally, businesses that will grow employment locally, businesses that will enable our own local communities to sustain themselves. Proudly SA has taken it upon themselves to see to it that they gather those people closer to them and help them by putting them closer to opportunities. And when they find those opportunities, we want to be a ready bank to fund those businesses. Hence, I say one of the things that these businesses should look into doing is to support or become members of Premier SA. And when the opportunity arises, hopefully they will get to become the beneficiary of these opportunities that we are looking to enable as the bank.
Well, thank you so much for your time, sir. I appreciate it. Ladies and gents, this is such an important interview. I hope you guys get the information and you do the right thing. Danko. Thank you. All right, sharp. Ladies and gents, welcome to keepeasy.com. #1 business lifestyle platform in South Africa. You know this. It's growing. Next to me, I've got Eustace. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling good.
Did I say your name right?
Yes. 10 out of 10. Well done.
Yeah.
Well done.
He's got a very, very unique name. And he's an interesting guy, and he's going to tell us about himself and what he does.
So I work for Proudly South African, and we're a buy local campaign. What we sought to do is to get South Africans to choose locally made products when they buy. All of us are buying something every day. It doesn't matter what you are buying it for. It can be the clothes you want to wear, the bed you sleep in, the cosmetics you utilize, the car you drive, the furniture you sleep on, or you use for your home, the electronics, the appliances. Every single aspect of your life requires of you to spend some sort of money. What we're saying is that buy local, choose a locally made product, because you're creating jobs. I'm proud of the fact that you're wearing a shirt from Tsepo, Tsepo the jeans, an entrepreneur who started small, but because people like you support him, he's growing and he's employing more people. Not only in the stores where he sells the clothes, but in the factories where he makes the clothes. And so that's what Proudly South African is about, ensuring that we support entrepreneurs who are making a difference in order to make sure that we can, collectively join hands in growing the economy.
Yeah. And today at Proudly SA, you guys are launching something. It's a media launch, and you had a presentation there, and you went through the slides. Can you just summarize basically what you were telling us there as people attending?
So basically, what I was saying is there's an event, 25 to 26 March. Our annual flagship event known as the Buy Local Summit and Expo. And we call want South Africans to come and attend. It's free to attend. 25-26 March at the Sandton Convention Centre. There will be live streaming for those outside of Gauteng, so you can join into the activities, share in the experience, where we showcase the best of what is made in South Africa. If there is ever any event that showcases the best of what we make as South Africans, is at this event. 26 sectors in total represented through products and some services. And the intention is really to make sure that we create jobs by supporting those companies and access to market opportunity. Through that event, we are going to ensure that buyers find that which they are looking for their retail shops, for the corporates that they're buying for, because ultimately, you can run the best business, but if no one buys from you, it defeats the purpose. And then alongside that exhibition, there is a conference. And the purpose behind the conference is to get policymakers to hear the voices of the entrepreneurs, of the big businesses in the country, telling them what it is that they can do to ensure that this enabling environment that government talks about really enables those who make products locally to really thrive and sustain their businesses.
You also mentioned Amapiano as well, and I thought it was interesting. Tell us about that, the music side.
Look, the music side is really about the creative industry. The creative industry, the arts in general, create many jobs. We don't think about it. But let's say you watch a soapy. If you watch a soapy, there's maybe 20 characters on screen every day. But behind the scenes, there are 200 or 300 more people, costume designers, makeup people, all of those people, directors, producers, and everyone else who are really the force behind those that you see on screen. And the same applies to Amapiano. Outside of me going to buy a Lady Do album, Lady Do has songs where she features 5-6 other people in each of those songs. So with each of those songs, she has created an opportunity for each of those artists, up and coming, sometimes unknown, very talented, to then have an opportunity to blossom and grow. But in the meantime, earn some income just from that feature. You have an opportunity to earn some sort of income, and that's what we like about this genre. Outside of the fact that Amapiano has been exported to the world. If you are somebody who travels, if you go anywhere in the world where there's a dance scene, there's an Amapiano song playing, and that is what keeps bread on the table for all of these young people. The social ills we have in this country are predominantly driven by poverty, the poverty experienced by young people, where the young man can see that he's the only one who has the ability to bring in some sort of income. And we like these ones who go and make music, who make us dance. Music is consumed, doesn't matter. Even during COVID, where we were in our homes, we had lockdown shows on TV. We were dancing in our homes. Those young people kept making music, and they need to be supported. And we need to cast a spotlight on these industries that are labor intensive because they absorb many people, but because they put bread on the tables of many in South Africa. And we're just trying to teach South Africans about the importance of, don't rip it off, man. There's this breaking thing where people say, yeah, I'm able to rip it off and download it. Buy it. Buy it, support these guys because we're creating jobs.
Okay. Lastly, anybody out there that are watching this, a lot of them are entrepreneurs and they want to be a part of this campaign by Proudly SA. How do they become involved?
So if you want to become a member of Proudly South Africa, write to us info@proudlysa.co.za. You go through a vetting process where we check that the product is indeed made in South Africa, that is a high quality product, that in the course of making the product, you comply with the labor legislation of the country. You help us preserve the environment and reduce carbon footprint. You pay a fee. It's not expensive. There's perception that it's expensive. It's not. It's 500 rands for small businesses with a turnover up to 5 million rands per annum. 500 rands per annum is not expensive. Once you've gone through that process and you have the logo that you can use on your product, on your website, on everything, that will help identify your business or your product as a member of Proudly South Africa. You then participate in programs like this. The Buy Local Summit and Expo is just but one. There are many other activities throughout the 12 months period. And our financial year runs from April to March. We keep this event for March when we conclude all of the work that we'll have done in support of the South African economy throughout the year.
So if I, let's say, have a brand and then I import it from China and then I put my logo on it, is it Proudly South African?
It's not Proudly South African, it's Proudly China. Proudly Chinese. It's made in China. Proudly South African says it must be made in South Africa. This is made in South Africa. This shirt by Chepa is made in South Africa. There are jobs created. There's a tailor who's employed here who makes the shirt. As opposed to a product that is made in China, the tailor is sitting in China and making the product in China. So that is not Proudly South African, it's Proudly Chinese.
No, I just wanted to clarify that to make sure. But I know. Thank you so much for your time. Is there anything else that you want to say?
Look, we just want people to register to attend the event 25 to 26 March. buylocalsummit.co.za. It's free to register. Go on to our website, register. Go on to all our social pages. There are links in our bio that take you to our page where you can register to attend the event for free.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And we out.